All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are here and we are getting ready to get things started. It is going to be UW Green Bay, I believe it is the Phoenix, going up against the GREC Redhawks Rocket League team. Now, this is our second week in the action. We're waiting for everybody to get into the game. We have Baller King, Jay Elijah, and then I think we're still waiting for Comic White Guy. However, they have their 3 players in there. It looks like everybody is just about ready to go. They're jumping in, they're jumping out, they are eagerly waiting. I know if I was in this position, we're already a few minutes behind. I just want to say, they're the home team. They could have started the game 12 minutes ago.
That's true.
So we'll see how things get started. I know we were running into some technical difficulties, but we're better now. Things are looking good. If you guys are having any issues hearing anything or things aren't coming through clearly on your end, please let me know. I can always change the settings around. I can update anything on my end. Like I said, we were running into some technical difficulties. One of the things I don't like to talk about, but I do pride myself on good work. So if for some reason things are not where they need to be, we are still working through some of the things at this point. But I'm ready for this season. I know we have blown up as an establishment. We have just, our numbers almost tripled since the end of last semester. We went from roughly about 32 kilometers. Actually, let's take a step back real quick. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know I haven't done this in a while. I'm already rambling, but I am Joseph the Voice, and I'm hanging out with none other than
Vinyl is better 45.
All right, and Vinyl is better 45 is actually one of our Super Smash Brothers players, as well as Call of Duty this semester.
That's correct.
And he's throwing his hat in the ring. We're going to see how he can do shoutcasting for Rocket League. I know, like I said, I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to it. This right here is what I love to do. I love being in the booth. I love talking about the action. I love seeing the excitement. I love watching the plays transpire and it all just kind of develop together. I have spent countless years in Rocket League. I started playing it back in 2015. I started coaching it back in 2018. I started my own program for Racine Unified Intro to Esports back in 2020. And now we are here in 2025, years later, still doing this. And I think we've only gotten better over the years.
I remember seeing you back in those times with the first esports. I remember that. That was really cool.
And time has just flown. I mean,
I know.
When I first saw you, when we used to work down at Not Your Parents' Basement Gaming Lounge, Vinyl is Better here actually used to be one of our regulars. Would come down. He would avidly play all the card games. He would help out with our partners at the time from Twin Dragon Games who were down there, and really just kind of built into something. And over time, they end up breaking off, kind of doing their own thing. And NYPB continued to stay on with esports. They brought high school esports in. They kept maintaining that year after year. And even this year, it's still down at NYPB this year. And the possibility is that it could make a transition over to Gateway.
That's awesome.
So at any given time, you guys might be hearing us shouting loud and proudly about esports being all underneath one roof going forward. Not only will it be Gateway Esports, which is already built up between Racine, Kenosha, and Elkhorn, but we're also going to be able to add in Racine Unified. Hopefully down the road, Kenosha will get their Unified on board as well, and it'll just continue to grow bigger and bigger.
Is there middle school esports?
So, yes, there is, Jackson. Actually, currently, I run the 5th through 9th grade Intro to Esports program. And once you kind of hit that gap of, oh man, I kind of went into 10th grade, now what am I going to do with myself? Well, of course there's high school esports, but even better, you know what's better than high school esports? The opportunity to be a mentor, the opportunity to come back and teach the kids that you've been learning alongside day in and day out. But we are now in the mix. Jay Elijah going to hit him at the 50. Baller King waits back page to take it across goal. Puts it into the corner, pass it over to Jay Elijah, who grabs it, gets a nice flick towards center. Not going to pass. I believe that is Siege taking a quick look right now. It's going to be Hard RL Switch, Siege 25 in Zadison, going up against Baller King 2008, Jay Elijah, and Comic White Guy. And already 30 seconds trickling off the clock. Nothing really given one way or the other. No big plays out the gate. It's really temperamental, just to go start.
That was a good block.
Midfield, getting it up, gets it past one, tries to take out another, unfortunately is not able to do so. Madison tries to come back down, a little bit of miscommunication there. Comes left towards midfield, and it's stole, 3 push up, and ladies and gentlemen, miscommunication on the field, and Green Bay is up 1-0. Unfortunately, you got to make sure that you guys are going to add pressure in those situations. You still got a man back. I really like seeing Comic White Guy getting more involved this time. However, you gotta be careful about your gives and your takes. If you push too early, you're gonna leave your team at a deficit. Make sure you guys communicate and make sure that you guys are spreading the field. Understand that if you're not your guys' bumper, that means somebody else is somewhere around the field with the ball, and they're probably gonna make some space. So gets it off that top. Bar, unfortunately, can't do much with it. Baller King gets it past it. Tries to get the 50. However, leaves him in front of the goal. And Jay Elijah with the goal. It is now 1-1, 3:44 on the clock. So a lot has happened already here in a minute and 12 seconds. Final is better. How are you feeling so far about this match?
It seems to be very, very intense. Like they are locked there. You seem to be cheating each other's plays. Very, very. They can see what they're kind of guessing. I like that.
Strategy is definitely key. Understanding or having an idea of maybe what the players are going to do or how the players are developing is always very pivotal and important. In a game like Rocket League, obviously the game is so fast-paced, so you got to have that communication. You got to understand that separation. You got to have those rotations. I always remind my students all the time, you guys about middle school, I got to remind those middle schoolers very often, there is no such thing as a goalie in life. No such thing. You are defending. You are rotating. You are almost like, imagine like a clock, how a clock works. You got all these gears that work together. If one gear isn't doing what it's supposed to do, it decides it wants to shift out of position or something like that from where it is, it's not going to work. So what you want to make sure you're doing is you're well-oiled machine. You understand your gives and your takes. Right there, C's getting a nice demo in front of goal. Baller King gets over with the save. Let's go.
That was a really good save.
We're starting to see a little bit more aggression now from Green Bay as they're trying to get some demos there in front of goal, separate the field a little bit, try to create an opening, but unfortunately weren't able to do so. Baller King was able to get down, able to get that nice save on goal. Right now the pressure is still on. This Green Bay Phoenix team is just continuing to bump. They're continuing to try to punish right now, but it's not really working, unfortunately. They haven't been able to seize the gap or get the opportunity to play out the way they want to. And right now, see the play develop here for Green Bay. They get it across, and Comic White Guy is there with the save. Put it across once more, however, they're a little out of position. Jay Elijah's now going to grab it into that back corner, going to drive it across, try to get it off the field. Looking for a play to develop here. Green Bay just unfortunately keeps on knocking it down towards goal, but they are not knocking it in. Gateway's doing a great job moving on defensively, but you can see them break through. They haven't gotten past the 50 here in a little while. They need to regain possession. A beautiful demo, but unfortunately the demo stopped momentum, and Siege capitalizes. Let's take a look at that one. Perfect place demo, unfortunately, kind of made Jay Elijah kind of fall off set a little bit. So give me 1 second. The audio is going to drop down for just a second, but I will make sure that we get everything where it needs to be. Want to make sure that you guys can hear everything very well. Unfortunately, Green Bay gets another goal there. I'm just going to make sure I can bump up my gain a little bit so you guys can hear me better. We're going to jump back into the action with 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock. What do you want to see happen right now, Jackson? What would you like to see transpire?
I want to see the Gateway work together and try something a little different. I feel like what they're doing is good, but it might not be enough to get done in a minute.
Absolutely, like you said, that it's a minute. It's almost like a 2-minute warning in a game of football. And oh my goodness, I'm not going to say that was the shot that they wanted, but it's the shot that they needed. Baller King gets it off of the backboard there and gets it just off the front of Siege, and he puts it in. I want to say that's Siege. It's C-I-E-G-E instead of it being an S.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
People want to be creative with their names these days. If I said it wrong, come and tell me about it. Addison pushes it in front of net. Baller King is there. A little bit of miscommunication there with Jay Elijah. Oh, and right there, another opportunity. Great save there by Gateway. Puts it across once again. They're trying to put the pressure on. There's still 36 seconds on the clock. They need to get it upfield. They need to try to develop the play.
He gets that tie.
top bar and down. They are getting shot after shot on goal. I am waiting to see what the scoreline is after this one. I'm guessing they've had about 10 shots on goal. And I'm not checking for a reason. I wanna guess that. I'm gonna say that's 12 shots on goal total for this game. So that is now 4-2, 11 seconds. Unfortunately, the ball is just sitting there in the front of net. Miscommunication once again. Our teammates taking each other out. Now Green Bay pushing themselves up. The good thing is the game hasn't gotten completely away from them. They can definitely brush this one off. They can definitely bounce back even better in the next game. It's just going to take baby steps. All right, 2 seconds on the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Once the ball hits the ground, that ends the round, right?
Yes, sir, and that's going to be the end of game one. UW Green Bay Phoenix taking that victory. And we'll see how things transpire as we continue to play through moving forward. I definitely am impressed with Comic White Guy getting more involved this game. I know last week sat back a little bit more, wasn't as involved as we'd like to see. I did see a little bit more involvement. However, I did see miscommunication in front of goal on 2 or 3 different occasions. I understand the pressure gets high. I understand things come at you quickly, but you can't panic. You cannot freak out. Because guess what?
Stay calm.
Yeah, if you create that opening, what are they going to do if the ball's right there?
Punish and take it.
Exactly. So let's see if they can bounce back stronger here in this one. Like I said, I'm feeling confident. I think it's going to take a couple weeks for us to really build that chemistry. This team was kind of put together a little bit more last minute. This is our first year being in the WEC conference. We only have 3 players that can consistently play on Mondays, whereas on Thursdays we have a good 5 players that can play. So we have some options. We don't have any options right now. So we're going to play with what we have. We're going to make it work. We're going to make sure that at the end of the day, our teammates feel comfortable and that they can rely on each other, that they trust each other, and that they can play into their positions like they need to. I don't need everybody to be a superstar. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't need a Superman or a superhero on my team. I don't need you racing across the field trying to save the day. I need you to trust me and let me do my job. So I think if everybody plays their role and does their job in the quarter, we'll start to see these team plays develop more. We'll start to see chemistry build. We'll start to see all this development and these plays start to really come to fruition.
I like to see a team of people that are more like friends than like co-workers. You know what I mean?
I definitely understand. Less acquaintance, more friendships.
Yeah, I want to see more friends.
Almost a good shot off goal. Nice strike by Baller King. He's been very consistent striking on that offensive side. And right now, Jay Elijah and Baller King right there. RRL trying to punish Addison with another shot. Cross goal. Baller King's there to push it away. And now it's up. Jay Elijah grabs it, pushes it towards the corner. Caesar's there, gets a nice touch on it. Slows it down and is pushing it right back the other way. Tries to get the pass, misses one. Our defender also misses on that one. Addison tries to push it across, and Baller King clears it away. Nice touch once again. I'm telling you guys, I just recently put on blood pressure medication. I'm telling you, I can feel my blood pressure rising. I am nervous right now. It is uncomfortable right now in front of that gateway now. I'll say it like that. You know how when there's a midnight pre-release and back in the day people pitch up their tents and they'd wait outside the door for you. Beautiful. And they're able to capitalize on it. Let me just move back to what I was trying to say. You know when you go to a midnight pre-release, you got all the people waiting outside the tent. Yeah, and they're waiting. I almost feel that's what Green Bay is doing right now. Is they kind of got their tents pitched up in front of our goal, and they are comfortable. They are waiting for their quote-unquote pre-release to happen, which is that goal. Yeah, the opening to happen. And right now, I want to see our team punching it through. And that's what Jay Elijah just did in the last play. He was able to see that they were pushing heavily on that front end. And they were able to capitalize it. 2 demos back-to-back by Siege. Baller tries to get a play developed there against RRL. Unfortunately, not getting past it. Comic White Guy now puts it near the front of net. Jay Elijah resets, and unfortunately gets knocked away. We're starting to see Gateway put a little bit more pressure out there now. I'd like to see Gateway starting to get more shots on goal. I'm definitely going to have to go back to the other replays that didn't see all the shots on goal. We got too much talking about game. So,
how did our last week go?
Last week was a little rough. Unfortunately, went off with 1 game launch, and then after that, it really just felt like the other team kind of saw an opening. We really hammering down away at it. Our team is, like I said, they're trying to find their chemistry. They're trying to understand how they can play within the ranks that they have and how they can develop these team plays. And I just feel like there wasn't as much chemistry. There wasn't as much rotations. There was just a lot more stagnant play last week in certain regards. And also there was some connection issues. Elijah once again. Let's go. Well, we'll see. Like I said, I'm feeling really good about this team. It takes time to develop chemistry. It takes time to really build into these team plays and to build this atmosphere the way that we need to. And this is a whole new team this year. We do not have a single returning player from last season. So,
See, that's a good thing.
I won't say it's a good thing, but going from having one team last semester, and there's a goal for Green Bay, going from having one team last semester to having two teams this semester and having all new players, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but I like consistency, I like longevity, I like being able to build into something. And the thing is, we wouldn't have had that team back anyways. Most of them had other priorities they had to take care of, so it's perfectly understandable. But the thing is, we have what we have here now, we're going to do what we have with it. And I will help my team in whatever regards they need to help get them that one step closer to glory. Whether it's helping them find coaching, helping them get mental advice, whatever it is, I want to make sure that they're feeling good and confident. My goodness, Hardar Ellis looking good and confident after that one, dropping it down for his second goal. And look, they already got 10 shots on goal for UW Green Bay. So when I said 12 shots last game, I'm pretty sure I was wrong. Because I didn't even feel like they did that 12 shots this game, and they've already had 10. So time is flying, and they are just putting it on goal left and right. Gateway has to give some pressure. They got to get the ball onto the other side of the field.
Playing a little too defensive.
I think they're playing too loose. I know last week they were playing a little bit more aggressive, so I understand the adjustment, but I feel like it's too much of an adjustment.
Yeah. Good.
The well-placed back pass is definitely a very good thing for hockey. A lot of times the teams don't always see it coming, and if you guys set up right, they can really set up something nice for it. Hunter L's just looking to try to kill a little time with it at the moment. Addison with a shot on goal. Jay Elijah. Hunter L with another shot on goal. Baller King tries to get the save, unfortunately. It falls in on the defend. 36 seconds on the clock. Can Gateway strike back here? Or will we see this Green Bay team capitalize once again and push themselves up 2-0 in this best of 5 series? I do just want to let everybody know on the stream, thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, I am Joseph Royce hanging out with Vinyl is Better. I just want to let you guys know that this will probably be our last week streaming Rocket League on Mondays. Starting next week, ECAC will be starting up with their conference, and we will be bringing you Super Smash Brothers throughout the semester. So if you guys are very interested in wanting to see some of the other things that we are also bringing to you live here from the Gateway Roost here at the arena, please tune on in next week. Green Bay once again pushing themselves up one more to a 4-2 lead. 3 seconds on the clock, and it looks like time is ready to expire. It's still alive. Baller King puts it upfield, and that is game 2. Unfortunately, Green Bay has been doing a great job capitalizing offensively. They are just hammering away at that goal. They had a total of 13 shots on goal this game. I'm pretty sure at this point they have a combined probably over like 25 shots on goal in 2 games, which that is some aggressive play style. However, we do not see any shots on goal from Comic White Guy, and I want to see a little bit more involvement in this game. I definitely felt like he fell back a little bit more rotationally, and I want to see what he can do moving forward. So looks like all the players are readied up. They want to get into the mix. They do not want to hold anything up any longer. So we're going to see, can our Red Hawks come on in? Can they get something going here, or will Green Bay sweep them here in our our series 2 of the season? I will say I have been very impressed with this Hazard, and I've been calling him Hard RL. It's Hazard RL. I apologize for that. And a nice shot by Siege25 puts it in. And already Green Bay has capitalized in the first 15 seconds of the game.
aggressive.
Capitalize on a good kickoff. However, Addison gets the advantage. Now Jay Elijah trying to put it upfield. Has nothing left in the tank. Addison grabs that boost behind him. Elijah trying to push back, grabs the boost, get himself back in position. Comic White Guy is pushed up. He's trying to get a shadow defend here. He does get the touch. Jay Elijah gets a touch on it. However, Addison pushes it to the sideline. 43 seconds. Siege has already put 2 strikes on the board. He wants to go home. He wants to call it for the night. He says, we are not going any further into the series if I got anything to say about it. We'll see if this man gets a hat trick by the end of it. Unfortunately, you're not getting a hat trick with him. I had to stay on. But kudos to you. Elijah gets met with a 50 by Hazard RL. Madison pushes up, meets Baller King and wins the 50. Siege up once again. Shot on goals. Jay Elijah with the clear. Hazard RL gets one, gets another.
It's blocked by Baller.
Nice flip reset, of course. It was not able to capitalize. Red Hawks there to defend. Baller King gets a pop-up. Gonna get the second. Unfortunately, Hazarel is there and slows him down. Siege goes towards the corner, gets another touch to slow it down for his teammate. However, his teammate
Jay Elijah took over that before he had a chance to recover.
just lofting balls up the field towards net. Gateway's just trying to do everything they can to get it away. They already have a total of 5 shots on goal. However, the Gateway Redhawks have not been able to strike offensively a single time yet. Jay Elijah with another save. My goodness, did not think he was going to get there on that one. Jackson tries to get a setup, does not get the hit he wanted. They're just continuing to pressure that front end of goal. Siege is there once again, and Jay Elijah with the save.
That was great.
Baller King getting it up the field. However, Hazard is there. Caught him off the bounce. Trying to get the flip reset, unable to get it. The Green Bay team doesn't have much in the tank, and they just continue to pressure. There you go once again.
Hazard.
Green Bay with another goal. It is now 3-0, 2:30 on the clock. Definitely gonna have to go back and watch some of these replays and see how we can better develop some of these team plays and get some more momentum for us on the offensive strike. Because we are just getting pushed back into a corner right now. You do not put Baby in a corner. Azarel looking to get a setup, tries to get the flip reset, kind of lost it there in transition. Siege puts it across. However, Baller King with a clear upfield.
Running into Green Bay's side.
A lot of back and forth right now, but something's got to give in favor for Red Hawks. I feel a little bit more confident about bringing it back here in this series. They're already down 2-0 deficit. If they lose this one, that is in fact going to be the series. To put us at an 0-2 to start the season. Like I said, a lot of what we're doing here with the Red Hawks, we're trying to build some chemistry. We're trying to build an atmosphere that can last over time, and it takes time to develop these systems and get them in place. And this is our first year in the WEC conference, working on getting the coaching and things in place to get our team what they need to get the success they need. And Jay Elijah with another goal. His first here in Game 3, but he had a bunch there in Game 2, and he brings it one step closer with 1:28 on the clock.
Let's see if they can get a couple more points, either tie it up or even win.
I bet it all on red. You bet it on green, there's only 2 of those, and they're already winning, so I mean...
Yeah.
Alright, he's full, sending it upfield. Comic White Guy gets the touch on it. And I told you, actually I was wrong. I said we bet it on red and we lost. Green scored once again. It's 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. Green Bay is doing a great job right now. Really just making mixing it up, getting every player on the field involved, and I think that's the biggest thing to state here. Is every single player is getting involved on the Green Bay area. If we can get that same level of consistent play on the Red Hawks side, I think we'll be able to get something going. Because unfortunately, with a minute left on the clock, I'm a little worried that time may not be on our side. Ezerell out here looking like he's got all the boost in the world, just keeping the ball in the sky. Jay Elijah with the shots. Addison is there and cleans it away. Right now, all Green Bay needs to do is just kill that clock. They have no need to try to score again, but look at them go. They are trying once more. Siege tries to get the shot. Jay Elijah clears the way. Comic White guys tries to push it upfield. Unfortunately, it's like they got a guy who's ready at all times. They're right there at the 50, and they're just stopping every opportunity to try to get it back upfield towards the Green Bay goal. Hazard with a demo. I have not seen many demos or bumps from the Red Hawks. I think that's another thing as well. As I say it, you say it, and you shall receive it. Red Hawks with a demo there. Tries to get the pass over to Baller King. 6 seconds on the clock. Tick tock, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, that is going to be it for the series.
Oh, if they could get one, that would have been fine if they had gotten that one.
Green Bay Phoenix comes out on top on that one. Unfortunately, that went a little bit quicker than I was expecting. We will have to rendezvous with our players and see what we can do to better support our team moving forward. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who did take the time to tune in. Today's going to be a little bit shorter stream than normal, but I appreciate you all for being here. I am Joseph the Voice, hanging out with
Vinyl is better 45. Thanks for watching.
Absolutely, and we look forward to catching you guys on our next stream. We should be live on Wednesday with some Marvel rivals, so hang on tight. And I will also say this Be Right Back screen needs to be updated. It's not correct. I apologize. It will be fixed. I love your faces. Have a good night.